Hi everyone, this is a God of War playthrough, done on very hard difficulty, played on a PS2 emulator. As you can see, the game doesn't allow me to use bonus costumes.
The gods of Olympus have abandoned me.
Because I'm playing on God difficulty. Before we start, I have to warn you that I couldn't find a way to run this game properly on my PC, so expect frame drops, visual glitches, bad renderings, and so on.
Now there is no hope.
And Kratos cast himself from the highest mountain in all of Greece. After 10 years of suffering, 10 years of endless nightmares, it would finally come to an end. Death would be his escape from madness. But it had not always been this way. Kratos had once been a champion of the gods.
Foul beast! I will send you back to the depths of Hades!
God of War plot revolves around Kratos, a Spartan warrior tricked by the God of War Ares into killing his own wife and daughter, who now seeks revenge. I think I can spoil the plot now, after all these years. Anyway, back to the game. To be honest, I never really liked how this game has balanced out the various difficulties. Looks like devs were so lazy to just modify some hidden in-game parameters without making actual changes to it from one difficulty to another. I mean, normally in this game, Kratos has an attack power, a defense power, and an orbs absorption power, which means how many orbs you actually gain when you acquire them, being them red, green or blue. After 12 enemies are killed, the trapdoor will open. Actually, you can try to open it even without killing all the nearby enemies. God of War developers just made it so that, implying that normal costume on normal difficulty just has all regular stats. Every time you set a difficulty higher than normal, all your stats get cut in half. So you deal half damage, you receive double damage and absorb half of all the orbs you gain. But since I'm playing on God difficulty, this means that my stats have been halved twice. I deal a quarter of normal damage, I receive quadruple damage, and all the orbs I gain are worth a quarter. To me, this seems a very lazy and unfun method to make a game harder, especially considering that enemies' AI are quite the same. I mean, they attack more often, but that's it. All this was meant to explain why it takes so much time to kill a single enemy, not to mention bosses. Another thing that bothers me is, with the fact that you gain less red orbs, you're stuck with the level 1 blades, which only have like a couple of attacks. It makes the gameplay so boring and repetitive.
Stay away! Stay away from me! I know who you are, Spartan. I know what you've done. I would rather die than be saved by you.
This is the very first red chest, and on God difficulty it gives you a pitiful amount of orbs. You see, the single attack took away half of my whole life bar. Basically, a swooping bird deals double the damage of a sword attack. After clearing most of the harpies, the Hydra will pop up again. This time it will have several new attacks, like this headbutt that, for some reason, has a broken hitbox and will catch you even if you dodge far from it. This scripted bite is actually really good, because it deals a huge damage if you win it and leaves the Hydra stunned for a while. Also, part of God of War gameplay is actually made of quick time events. It's very scripted in some parts. Good lord, finally! Another good portion of God of War is walking on beams, ropes and so on, trying to not fall down to your death. With God of War terrible camera angles, it's harder than it seems. I swear, one of the hardest things in this game is dealing with the fixed camera.
It's you! The visions, they were real! The gods came to me, told me their champion would come and rescue us from the Hydra. But you're too late! We're pinned down! These creatures, they came from nowhere. The ships are all destroyed. All hope is lost, Spartan. Even for you.
I'll cut the saving part. Now you need to push this box and use it to reach the next part, without letting the archers destroy it with their arrows. The best way to do so is kicking it to the right side of the ship. Also, fun fact, when I was a kid and played this game for the very first time, I really couldn't pass this section. In fact, I dropped the game for weeks after getting stuck to it for hours. It still gives me shivers down my spine when I see those arrows flying to me. Now I'm just messing around with these bug edit boxes. This game was poorly programmed. Wow, it's almost like, I don't know, I kinda need a key to open this door, but maybe I'm wrong, who knows? Climbing ropes, walls and whatnot is another common part of God of War gameplay. One of the most boring ones, if you ask me. At least you can still fight. This is the very first Gorgon Eye you find in the game. It serves to increase your health bar every time you find 6 of them, for a total of 18 of them. Same goes with Phoenix Feathers for your magic bar. Speaking of which, here Kratos acquires his first magic, Poseidon Rage.
Lord Poseidon.
Kratos, before you reach Athens, there is a task you must complete. This beast, this Hydra, it has terrorized my seas for far too long. Your skills are admirable, but you will need assistance. You will need the power of the gods. Take this weapon, Kratos. Take this power and use it to defeat your enemies. Go with the gods, Kratos. Go forth in the name of Olympus.
Now for the real boss fight, the Hydra.
Get them away from the ship! Why won't they die? It's the giant one! He keeps killing the others! No, God! We'll never get out of here! Doom, we're off! Silent, save me.
We have to incapacitate both smaller heads before heading up to face the big one. Once you deal enough damage to them, they will fall on the ground and the harpoon on their heads will lock them in place. Now that we got rid of those, it's time to face the main Hydra head. Biting attacks are unblockable, but they are ideal to use Poseidon Rage. Fight is lasting so long because, as I said, I only have level 1 blades. On lower difficulties, at this point you already gained enough red orbs to power up your blades. I love this cutscene, too bad it's broken on this copy of the game.
Help me! God help me!
Thank you! Thank the gods you came back for me!
I didn't come back for you.
Kratos, the fake savior. I don't know why I opened that chest, honestly. Beating this dude is optional, but I do it for shits and giggles. Oh, now it's open.
Slaughtered like animals, the victims lay before him, a reminder of his own past, a past he could never escape. His only solace was the sea, endlessly sailing from one harbor to the next in service to the gods of Olympus. All his hopes rested with them. For no matter how much wine he consumed or how many women
Whoa,
he put to his
YouTube
body,
algorithm is going down
nothing on
hard.
earth could rid him of the horrors that plagued his mind.
Athena! 10 years, Athena. I have faithfully served the gods for 10 years. When will you relieve me of these nightmares?
We request one final task of you, Kratos. Your greatest challenge awaits in Athens, where even now my brother Ares lays siege as we speak. Athens is on the verge of destruction. It is the will of Ares my great city fall. Zeus has forbidden the gods from waging war on each other. That is why it must be you, Kratos. Only a mortal trained by a god has a chance at defeating Ares.
And if I am able to do this, to kill a god, then the visions, they will end?
Complete this final task, and the past that consumes you will be forgiven. Have faith, Kratos. The gods do not forget those who come to their aid.
Leaving the rotting carcass of the Hydra behind, Kratos set sail once more. His greatest challenge and freedom from his growing madness lay before him in the ancient city of Athens.
Stay, Kratos. Just a bit longer.
We've reached Athens. Get your things and get out.
Come back to bed, Kratos.
We're finished. Be gone when I return.
Kratos giving him the good old dig.
Let the rage of the gods drive your blades, Kratos. Destroy Ares, and the gods will forgive you your past.
Now that I powered up my blades, I finally unlocked new moves and the Rage of the Gods. It will come really in handy later. When? You'll find out the next time. See ya!